everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Wine Night Chronicles. I'm Destiny, and with me are Nat and Ty. Hey, Nat. Hey, Ty.
Hey,
Happy Wine
Destiny.
Night.
Happy
Happy
wine.
wine
Happy
night.
Wine Night. Oh, your
Cheers.
wine looks so
It's
good.
been a long week, you guys.
Mm.
A long week. For me, it's been a long couple of months because I can't have my glass of wine. But soon enough, I will be off the diet. I'll have my wine, and it'll be a real wine night. So anyway, something that showed up for me this week, I realized that people often come to me for advice, and I don't mind it. I welcome it. But this week it struck me, how often do we stop to give ourselves advice, to give advice to ourselves? How often do we take the time to sit down with ourselves and plot out a real course of action for whatever's in front of us at the time? Now, when the thought occurred to me, I thought, well, why not do it now? No time like the present. So I sat down and I gave myself the following advice. Please have patience with yourself. The goal isn't perfection, it's excellence. Continue to create positive habits. Consistency is the key. Take a break when you need to. You can't run on empty. Ask for help. You have an amazing support system. Utilize it. And most importantly, continue to smile. You've done an excellent job. Ty, what are ways, or is there any advice that you would give your present day self?
I was thinking about the question because it's really hard to take your own advice, like you were saying, right? So a lot of things popped up, and I think it's more in reference on like self-image and anxiety. So the first thing that popped up for me was like, no matter what you look like on the outside, no matter how much you weigh, no matter how flabby certain parts of your body are, you're still beautiful and you're still worthy of love. So every time, like right before I get on the scale, am I gonna hate myself because I gained a pound, or am I going to embrace it and just do what I can to? So that's one thing. Another thing, which we talked about this last time with the 21-year-old self. Stop being so hard on yourself. Yeah. And I think the way you put it, Destiny, is like the goal is not perfection. So don't be so hard on yourself. Just you're doing a good job, and acknowledge what you've done in the past that's created the stability you have now.
Yeah.
Like, give yourself credit, because it might seem easy to some, or to other people it might seem like, oh, that's not even like a thing. But to you don't know how much effort you put in to be where you are now. And another thing that has kind of escaped me, which is sad, but we're going to practice, or we're going to take our own advice. Gratitude. Start being more grateful. Start being more grateful. You don't understand the little things that you have that other people don't, unfortunately, whether it's a right or a privilege, but still be grateful. And the last thing I think I would tell myself, which I've heard for years, start taking compliments. If someone compliments,
that's a good one.
Laugh, your jewelry or whatever, just take it. Stop making excuses for it. Because, I always thought like, oh, it's a sign of humility. But no, it's not. It's a sign of low self-esteem.
Insecurity. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
So jumping onto that, Nat, what advice would you give to your present self?
Well, I think both of you guys' advice is amazing. I totally agree with all you guys, what you guys said. Like Ty said, and how you said, Desi, don't be so hard on yourself. Like, my first thing would be, you're doing amazing. You've gotten to this point in your life. Be proud of what you have. Be grateful, just like Ty said. Don't be so critical of yourself. It's gonna be fine. I also feel like which I have been telling myself, just to be more creative. Let your creativity out, learn new things, new hobbies you can do to get that creativity out. just things that make you happy and, that you enjoy.
Yes.
Also, don't let outside negativity affect you. And what I mean by outside negativity, mainly social media, especially in this time that we're so divided and we're friends with so many people with so many different views, that it was starting to affect me seeing certain people's posts and opinions politically, or what about race, or whatever it was. And it was starting to get to me, like, oh my God, this person doesn't understand, like, oh my God, I can't, like, and I'm like, why am I worried about that? I have my beliefs, I'll be fine with it, move on. Everyone's always going to have their opinion. You're never going to convince someone of your opinion if they don't think of it. And it's a dead end in my case, like in my view. So that's one of the things. Another thing would be plan more vacations and getaways with the family and the kids. Obviously we can't do that right now, but when we can, I definitely want to do more of that. I find that, my kids learn a lot when they're away in different places, seeing different things, and, everyone learns. So that's something I would tell myself, a good piece of advice. Also, get back into a healthier lifestyle. I completely haven't been to the gym. I always liked going to the gym, at least, get a little workout in there, here and there, and, get back on track with that, just to make myself feel good and healthy, not just so I can look good in those jeans or whatever. I just want to, I don't want to have any medical problems. Thank you, knock on wood. I don't have any now. I've been very healthy so far. But as you get older, you got to work a little harder on that.
Yeah, because the knees get a little, rusty.
My back, girl.
It's
my back.
the
I got to
knees, the
strengthen
lower
that back.
back, the shoulders, the shins, even.
It's your body after a while. Not
your
after
body?
a while. Once you hit 40, your body is like, no, ma'am, you cannot do the things you used to do. You've got to take care of me first. Your body requires maintenance. So that's very true, Nat. Yes, we pick up on those positive habits, get some exercise in. I actually started a 30-day yoga challenge. Today is day 6, and I am so surprised. I'm so surprised.
Are you sore?
I'm sore. But for 6 days, I did it 6 days straight. I didn't quit. One day. Normally I'd have given up by now, but I'm just right now at this time in my life, I feel really confident. Now it could very well be because it's Leo season, and lion energy is a very confident energy. And I'm feeling that confidence today. I'm feeling that confidence right now. So I've, continuing on with my 30-day yoga challenge. I'm doing so well, and I just really want to lean out my body. So I'm going to keep with it. But back to what you say, being healthy, doing the healthy things keeps you really, really positive, because my confidence is through the roof. I think that everybody should be my assistant and just do what I say, because that confidence.
Now let me go back on what. Oh, I said true that, and I'll say it louder. But going back to what Nat was saying.
Did you take a note on it? Can you make sure you're taking notes?
Oh yeah, sure. Right now.
Thank
How
you.
much you're paying me now again? I forgot.
You'll send us a summary after.
Yeah.
I love what you said, Nat, about not letting outer negativity affect you, because it's so true. You don't really realize it. I mean, not me, at least. Like, sometimes you're sitting around, you kill time, you open a social media platform, you start scrolling and scrolling mindlessly, but you don't understand, or I guess I haven't acknowledged, like, there's so much going on there that I'm just allowing some of it to just filter through me.
The energy.
That I'm creating scenarios in my head. Well, what would I do if I?
Yes.
How can I fix this issue? And it's like, yeah. So that's really good. That's like a lot, really good for like mental health.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I
And I'm
found
usually
myself
not
doing
a
that.
person that cares about what other people think. I'm very laid back. I'm like, oh, he thinks his opinion, whatever. But when you're in this pandemic and you're home and you're just all you have is
Mhm.
this is the only way to be social and you're seeing
Right.
all this stuff on your phone, it's very overwhelming and it gets even to the most
Yes.
laid back person and the most
Hmm.
diplomatic person. It gets to
Mhm.
you.
Yes.
Hmm. It does. The other day, my cousin sent me a text, and it was an interview of the president with Vice News. And I'm listening
Mm.
to the interview, and I just
Oh
had to
wait,
turn it
honey.
off. I'm like, I cannot receive this right now. It is affecting my energy. And
Mm-hmm.
you really have to be aware. Awareness is so important. You really have to be aware of how things affect you and your energy, so that you don't pull that in. You protect yourself from getting all upset over nothing,
Over
Yeah.
at
nothing.
least over something that you cannot change in this moment.
Right.
That you can't control.
That you
You can't
cannot
Cannot
control.
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 Cannot control. Hmm. That's that is some really good advice, Ned. Anti, and
Yeah.
I'm going to use that
Great advice.
advice. Oh my goodness!
And I would
But
also tell myself, just how I told my 21-year-old self, keep using that
mhm.
sunblock, girl. You're doing great.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Yeah. But in my craziness of this week, while I was pondering what advice to give my present day self, I was on a walk today, this week, because I like to go on my walks every day, and on my walk I was listening to a song by the Pointer Sisters. I was
Mm.
listening to the Pointer Sisters. My favorite song is Automatic. That's the jam. If you haven't heard it, listen to it.
I haven't
But
heard it.
yes, it's when you hear it, you'll say, I know that song. It's from the
Oh,
80s.
okay.
I love the 80s music. So I'm listening to the Pointer Sisters, and one of them recently passed away. So it got me thinking. I wonder about life after this physical existence. I wonder if deceased famous people experience anything when their art is utilized or their name is mentioned. Like, I believe a little light sparks in their energy center whenever we play a deceased person's song or mention their name or talk about their artwork or buy their art, or something that keeps their legacy, who they are, alive. I think it sparks a little light in their little energy field. What do you think, Nat?
That was a really good question. I never really thought about that. I started thinking like, okay, in a different lifetime or different lifetimes, and then I'm like thinking, oh, I believe in karma, and I believe that karma does follow you throughout your lifetimes, and I believe in past lives and multiple lifetimes that you'll live.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, if a famous person does something very influential, like artwork or music or film, it's going to live on forever for as long as people watch it, are alive and seeing it. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that as their art is utilized and they're dead in this physical world, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that energy is transferred over to whatever realm they're at that moment. So I feel like they'll receive that energy in their next life. And it has
Oh,
a lot to
oh,
do
so
with
it's
what
it's
they put
it's
out.
so they do the work here, but they benefit from it in
Right.
their next life. Okay,
Like what,
okay.
exactly, like what you give out, you're gonna get back. So even though you're dead now, you made this beautiful thing that everybody cherishes and loves for hundreds and hundreds of years or whatever. And I think that helps towards your next following lifetime.
Whatever comes after this.
Yeah.
I hope so. Let me tell you, I'm going to ask you the same question, Ty. But
I'm
before
super curious about what Ty thinks.
No.
let's go with what Ty thinks, and then we'll come back to the other thing.
Well, for me, you guys know that I don't believe in an afterlife, right? So I guess people say that I can't prove it, but I think no one can prove what happens after death. But, I'm very strong in that belief that, once your body disintegrates, so does your consciousness, and, and you're just part of the universe, and that's it, right? I mean, if I were to think about it, though, if there were an afterlife and those people were still conscious, I would assume, right? I guess if I were in their position, that they would feel like this very, like, I don't know how to call it, like a proud humility. Like I'm so grateful that people still remember me. And at the same time, I'm so proud of the work that I did, that it speaks to generations upon generations upon generations. That is something beautiful. But because I don't really believe in an afterlife, what I do depend on is memory. And I know I read somewhere before, like, people are always striving to be immortal. And the best way to be immortal is, to just stick to people's memory. Like, you truly die when the last person who remembers you dies. And to me, it's kind of a little sad that some people die without ever knowing how influential they became. Yeah. And because I don't believe in a consciousness after death, I feel like that's unfair and unjust. But if you do believe in an afterlife, hopefully they're just reaping all that positivity that they didn't get in their physical life. So that's
beautiful. I don't want. I shouldn't say I don't want to. I'm thankful for every all my time I've had on this earth. But I'm all right with down with 80. And even if I die tomorrow, if I die tonight, if I don't wake up in the morning, I am happy with the life that I have lived. I will not die regretting anything, because I tried it all. I did the best I could while I could with what I knew at the time. And so, if I die tomorrow, I'll be happy. I'll be okay with that, because I did what I was supposed to do. I had a good time, I've had a great life thus far. Yes. Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. So that's awesome. Yes. That's not a common thing that people have, especially in our society. They always feel like they have to do more.
Yeah. It's being in the moment, right? It's being present. It's presence, right? If I'm present in the moments, I'm telling you, my walks in the morning, baby. Oh my God. The sun's shining on me. I'm listening to my music, dancing. Oh my God, the other day somebody honked at me, and I didn't know if they were honking at me because they were jamming with me because I was getting it, or if they honked at me because I was getting a little too close to the road on the sidewalk. I'm like, I'm not sure, but if you with me, hey, I love those walks. I'm telling you, I live for walking down the sidewalk in the morning, dancing to music in the sunshine. It's everything.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Cheers.
My cousin Manny's like, cheers to that.
The mindfulness and fulfillment.
The mindfulness
and the sunshine.
Yes. I love the sunshine.
Yes, me too.
I love it. All right, Nat. Well, what playlist would you put together for those deceased famous musicians that we might be able to just spark a little light in their energy since they passed?
There's so many talented artists that have died and actually died too soon, a lot of them. So I made a little playlist of like artists who were influential or died too soon for us to get like their real potential, their real talent. And one of those artists is Amy Winehouse, Rehab. She wasn't around for a long time, or she wasn't extremely influential to me, but I just felt like she had so much talent. Like she could have like just gone for the rest of her life singing, and she would just be super successful. So yeah, that's
I'm sorry. I think she go as far as Adele because she had such a powerful voice. I loved her voice, but I would say I would have chosen Tears Dry on Their Own. That is my jam. Oh my
I don't
God!
know that one.
well, the
What?
thing is, I'm not a fan of Amy
Oh, I'm a
Winehouse. I
I
just
fan.
know
I'm
know
a
that
fan.
song.
songs, maybe. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I am a
But I
fan.
remember
Let
when
me tell
Rehab
you.
came out and the
Oh my God.
brass, the music, and the very like old
Yeah.
Yes, that
feel to it,
Yes.
voice. Oh
and
my
her very
God.
Oh,
just like this looking like I'm bored, but I'm gonna sing like the best shit you've ever heard. You
And
know,
her
it's
fuck,
like it's
yeah, right. Like
awesome.
the soulfulness coming out of
Yes,
her
right.
voice
She
for
has
being
a
such a
very soulful
young
voice.
I'm gonna
person.
listen to more of her music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please
That's
listen to more of her music. Tears Dry on Their Own. Mr. Jones. She has so many good songs, and the music, the message in her music, you can tell that she was troubled, or I shouldn't even say troubled, but that she had issues, as we all do in our
she was
lives.
struggling
Through
with,
the music,
yeah.
she was struggling, but the oh my God, the range within her voice, the lyrics to the music. I
Mm,
love Amy Winehouse's music. It speaks to me. It spoke to me back
awesome.
in the day when the album first came out, and it speaks to me as a grown woman today. I love it. But definitely, definitely check out her other music. Who else you
Yeah.
got?
Okay. Cool. Prince,
Oh
another
yes,
extremely influential
Yes.
artist.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, When Doves Cry.
I
That's
love
I
that
love
song.
that song too.
Yes.
It just gets me
One
in
of
a
Yes.
my
great
favorites.
mood.
Yes.
And he has
Mhm.
so
It
many other songs
does.
like that.
Uh,
Oh yeah. It's hard
But
to
that's
yeah.
pick,
one
it's
that
hard to
I
pick.
love. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but that is one of my favorites too, Ty. Um, Another artist, Jimi Hendrix, and
Mm,
I put on there Purple Haze, and
yes.
Yes.
another very influential entertainer
I
artist
really
died way too
wish,
young.
way too young. I really
Oh yeah.
wish I had been alive in those days. I
Oh my
really,
God.
really do.
Hmm.
Oh my God. I would have loved to have been a part of the love movement. I'm all about the
About a Girl by Nirvana, of course, Kurt
Ah,
Cobain, another very
yes.
amazing, influential talent that we lost too
Yes.
soon.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Hopefully, they are getting their energies sparked
Yes, I hope
about
so.
them. And as we listen to this playlist, I really, really do hope so. And who can forget the king of rock, Elvis Presley? I chose A Little Less Conversation. It's just a
Mhm.
very upbeat song, and it's been done a million times by
Mm.
artists now and all
Mhm.
that stuff. So, and yeah, he was one of the most influential artists, arguably, of our
Of
time,
his time, yeah.
of his
And
time.
his grandson recently passed. Was it his grandson or
Yeah,
Oh,
granddaughter?
goodness.
grandson.
Grandson of suicide.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, and
And
you want to know something weird? When I was like researching about, for this playlist, I like came across the 27 Club. Have you guys ever heard of the 27, the Curse 27, or the Curse of the 27?
yeah.
I didn't know about that. So like
Hmm.
there's like they even have like
All the
actors.
artists, yeah,
Yeah, so it's like
who died
artists
at
that have
27.
died at 27, and Jimi
Hmm.
Hendrix, Amy Winehouse, Jim
Janis
Morrison, Kurt
Joplin.
Cobain, Janis Joplin. Like it's just too freaking weird.
it's
Hmm.
uncanny. Yeah, it's very odd.
How do you explain that, Ty?
Well, honey, I don't have the explanation to everything, but I will tell you this.
Well, I
If
count
there's a
on you to.
probability of it, if there's a probability of it happening, it can and will happen. So I don't know.
But
I
why
Well, it
would
mean,
it be a
did.
curse?
It
You
didn't.
I
know,
don't know
like
It
if it's
did
a
happen.
curse.
I
Like
wouldn't.
maybe,
I don't know.
it's just
I mean,
is can
statistically
it be
speaking, you can grab
coincidence?
all the artists who have died before their time, and then you pick out the ones, it's all statistics, right? You pick out the ones who died at 27, you grab that, build the percentage, okay, how influential is, and then you just look at it, it's like if it's 0.0008%, you would say, okay, it is a coincidence, it's odd, but it's really not something that's driving the deaths of all these young people. Whereas like if you
Mhm.
have a good chunk, like 10, 20% of artists who all died at 27, someone has a job on them. I don't know what it is, but that
It's
I
a
think that would concern
conspiracy.
me.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, so it's like I don't want to enter that territory, but it is still sad that people, oh my God, I cannot even imagine passing away at that age. And I haven't even influenced, not well, not at the global scale that they have, you know? So it's like, it's really
Right.
sad. It's very, it's, ah,
Tragic.
You know what we need to
yeah.
discuss one day? Um, because you're saying that you couldn't imagine like dying at 27, like you have an influence. Well, the question, this for me, it comes back to why are we here? What are we doing here? Right? So
Mhm.
if I figure out what am I doing here? Why am I here? And I accomplish what it is I came to do here, then it doesn't matter when I die because I've
That's,
done my
I
job.
believe that. I mean, I think it goes back to what I was saying. When you were saying that, Destiny, I said that you felt very fulfilled, meaning to me
Mm-hmm.
that you set a purpose and that you've achieved it. Like a lot of people, including myself, like I have a hard time figuring out a purpose for myself.
Oh my
So
God, I
I'm
don't know my
that much
purpose either.
further away from accomplishing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it takes a lot of introspection. Some people believe
Mm-hmm.
that purpose is divine. Some people believe that it's something that you build, but still it's so important
Yeah.
because that way you feel a drive like, to wake up. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe some people's purpose is to not have a purpose at all, and that makes them happy and fulfilled. That's great too, you know?
I
But
Yeah.
feel like
Right.
that's more how I think. Like I feel like if I have to have a purpose, I'm putting too much pressure on myself. I'm not, and I'm never gonna be happy. You know, like I'm
Uh,
never, so I just take it as, hey man, I'm here. I've had delicious wine throughout this life. I mean, I could die happy right now with the wine in
awesome
my hand.
company.
I mean,
Cheers to
that's my
that.
purpose.
See, I'm the
And
exact opposite. If I don't, there has to be a goal. I have to be working towards something. If I'm
mm,
not working towards something, well, what am I doing? I
mm,
personally, I feel like, well, I'm just wasting away. I'm wasting this life. I'm wasting this day. And I
that's
don't
really
want to,
profound.
knowing how precious life is, knowing that it is not promised tomorrow, I don't
Mm,
want to waste it. I want to know at the end of my life that I lived. I want my life to be full and juicy like a ripe piece of fruit.
mm.
I want life to be spilling out of my mouth like it's so much I can't even eat it all at once. It's so good. That's what I want my life to be. That's how I want my life to be full. And so if I'm not, if I that because that's my personality, right? I
Mm-hmm.
can't just sit back and be like, I'm here, I'm gonna have this wine and we'll see what happens. No, 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 no. I can't wait for life to happen. I gotta
I'm
make it happen.
enjoying the
So
wine. I'm
for
not just sitting
yeah,
here waiting for the wine.
well, well, of course you're enjoying it,
Different
but
schools of thought contend, like
yeah.
everyone has. And I think it's as long
Hmm.
as you're in tune, I guess, with what you believe to be true
Mm-hmm.
or important, then somehow you're fulfilled in that way. Like if you believe that your purpose is to be the best at whatever it is that you're doing and you feel that you achieve it, you feel fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, I mean, like Nat was saying, like people don't necessarily have to have a purpose, but the fact that you are enjoying the present moment is so
Mm-hmm.
fulfilling in itself. And a lot
Yes,
of
it
people
is.
do not have that satisfaction because they're in the
Mm-hmm.
future, they're in the past, but they're never here. And that
They're
happens to me a
never
Yeah.
lot too, so
present.
I can understand that. Sometimes just kicking back, talking, having a glass of wine, And then years later, it's like, damn, that felt so good.
Mm-hmm.
That felt so like, I'm so happy that I had that moment.
Yes.
Whatever the moment means, but I'm happy I had it. That's fulfillment, I think. If you feel satisfied, fulfilled, I don't
Yes.
whatever everything.
And today,
I love it.
I feel fulfilled.
Yes.
I'm so thankful because, honey, took a long time to get here, but I am here, and I am so grateful. I can breathe a little easier now. Yay. You know what'll make this moment better? If I win the lottery.
Oh.
Yes.
I need them lotto numbers. If I won the lottery.
Is there a crystal for that?
Oh, right.
Right.
There has to be one
I
for
need the money
abundance
crystal.
and wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Isn't citrine? See, there I go. Okay.
Yes.
I'm learning.
Yes.
You see, you guys are.
You got it.
I gotta rub the lottery tickets on my citrine. Be like,
yes. Oh my God. I remember the store we went to. There was a money candle. I got the money candle. That money candle. I don't think it must have been broken. Mine was broken.
You gotta.
I don't know what happened.
Gotta try until it works. Telling you.
I'm gonna keep trying too. Guys, this has been an awesome and amazing wine night. I love spending my Friday nights with you guys. It's been so much fun. Yeah. So can we just cheers and toast to us?
Yeah.
Can we do
Absolutely.
Because I love you guys so much.
I love you too.
I'm so glad we're on this journey together.
Yeah.
Cheers to us.
Cheers.
All right.
So good.
I love you guys. Be safe. And I'll see you all next week. Love you.
Bye.